Trump has appointed Marco Rubio, guy from your home, to potentially bring the World Expo to the United States,
We,
but specifically in Miami 2035.
um, you know, I gotta say, like we don't claim him, and then there will be a lot of people that I know that would be like, we do claim him. What the you talking about? And it's like, you know
Exactly. I
what?
know.
Like really, really, I know, and I'm on board with what you're saying on over there. But it's like, bro, like I don't know, he's hard to claim. I don't know. I
Regardless
don't
if
want
he's
to
hard to claim or not, I think it could be a positive thing for Miami because it's expensive to do, but nationally, like the U.S. has to, for the most part, will likely invest in Miami for the infrastructure and also sponsorships from huge companies, especially like Griffin with Citadel and other companies like J.P. Morgan Chase that will invest to have this exhibition in Miami. I think it's important. And again, going back, it's all about the infrastructure. I feel like your infrastructure in Miami is shot, dude. There's so many
yeah.
people. It's
I
growing so
mean,
fast, but there's no infrastructure for it. I
why
mean,
is
there
it
is and
growing
there
so
isn't.
fast? Yeah, but like,
Everybody's
why is
moving
it?
there.
Yeah, so like, why? It's like you're asking me, like, do you not think that Sauron and the forces of Mordor taking over your home is a good thing
I
and
have no
coming
idea
in
who
and
that is.
investing? It's like all the
What is
bad
that?
people from
Comic
Lord of the
book?
Rings. It's like, do you not believe
Oh,
like Darth Vader and everybody in the dark side coming in and investing? Like the Empire is
yeah.
going to invest in your home. You don't think that's a good thing? And it's like, the Empire is cool in its way, but I guess the people controlling the empire aren't super cool. So I
I
mean, look
see.
at
I
it.
see.
It is what it is. It is what it
It
is.
is what
You
it is.
know.
It's part of the ecosystem. I mean, the part of the life cycle of an area. I think you can't
Do I?
help it. It's gonna get
All
gentrified.
all I can hope. But it's always been Miami's always been that. It's more about like who's gentrifying it.
Yeah.
You can't stop gentrification, but you can kind of decide who's in control of who is the bad guy you're rooting for, if that makes any sense. But the
Mm.
bad guy, right? Um, but what I was going to say is, um, I think if the World Fair, sorry, the World
World
Expo
Expo,
is in Miami,
right?
I mean, I think it's super cool. I think it's huge, and I do think positively. Look, I grew up across the street from the boat show, right?
Mm.
And the boat
Mm-hmm.
show was the most expensive yachts that would come to Miami on Collins Avenue, Millionaires Row, and they would line up and they would have these crazy spaceship looking cars parked next to the yachts. And it was kind of like, buy the yacht and you get the car kind of thing, you
That's
know?
cool. Yeah.
And dude, it was the fanciest to this day. Those yachts are the like one of the coolest things I remember just because they look like spaceships, dude. And so what I'm getting at is if that used to give the boat show, working the boat show. It still happens, used to give Miami this prestige, and it would give you this like this. I don't know. So if Miami can have that again in this one big like boom prestige, I think it would be
Right.
great. It is been a little I don't know. Miami's my home. I love it. So if anybody can make it shine, please do. But there's a problem because when Miami shines too bright, um, it's just like it's impossible to live in. It's impossible to all the people I love and grew up with get pushed out. I mean, this is a real thing. And by the way, these people are
Yeah, it's
not
too
broke
bad.
people. These people are not broke people. These people are like
Yeah.
okay, middle class people. They get
Mm-hmm.
pushed out. You know what I mean? So yeah, that does become a problem. And sorry to say
Right.
that it's a problem when the middle class is affected, but I think economically that is a red like that is kind of a red
It happened in
alarm.
LA. It
You
happened
know?
in LA. It's happening to Miami now. Miami's the recent one. I mean, LA has gone through all that, and now
Yeah.
Miami has been for I don't know what 10 years since Brickell's been transformed or created or whatever you want to call it. I mean, the nice thing about the World Expo happening here in Miami potentially is the fact that it could have happened in any other city, but it looks like it's going to happen in Miami. So I think it's a
Yeah.
positive thing for the economics of that area, especially if it's going to improve the infrastructure. I think it kind of has to in order for it to work there. And then once that exposition's over, the or at the yeah World Expo's over, the infrastructure will be there. At least that's what I hear from like Japan and Dubai when they did it in the recent years. they invested a lot in that area, and then the people get to essentially
Well,
utilize it.
look, Japan represents, Tokyo, Japan, even in sci-fi movies and futuristic movies, it represents this thing of like ahead of the curve. Dubai actually does represent this a little bit as well. Miami
Mm-hmm.
is that for the United States. I feel Miami is like, I mean, LA really is too, but because all the
Right,
celebrities live here and everything, but Miami
right,
is
right.
this thing where these billionaire techs now go there and they play around like it's GTA, because it will be. GTA 6 is going to come out soon. And when that comes out, make no mistake, Miami will turn into a shit show. It'll be Gotham City. It will. Not because
When,
people
like literally, or are you talking about the game? What are we talking about here?
literally like people will start
It
recreating
used to be
things. I
Gotham
mean,
City. I mean, it was like
I
drug
know
infested. It
it
was
still is.
horrible back then. I know it is, but at least
We just make it work,
now
baby. We
it's,
just make it work.
if
Yeah.
you guys make it work, it's less violent than it was before. Not that it's not now, but it's way better than in the '80s, right?
Well, look, the reality is that regardless what happens, like think about social media, think about clout culture and all this stuff, right? Once you're able to like drive a moped or like through Aventura Mall or whatever the hell, like you don't think people are gonna sort of, I'm just saying like uh, I'm not saying it's going to be a huge problem, but I'm saying like that kind of stuff does put Miami on the map. And again, when Miami shines too bright, people go out there and they do crazy shit. It is what it is. So um, whatever. I'm for it. I hope
You're
it,
against
it,
it.
it.
You're against it. You're against
No,
helping your
no.
people. It's okay. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, you think that's going to help my people? You think my people eat
Yeah,
from that? You know who eats
I
from
think
that, and it's
so.
not,
I think
and
so.
it's not my people.
It'll help.
Neither,
It'll help the boomers, and
it, it,
it'll help the millennials that have bought in the last
yeah,
several years. It's going to help people that have owned
right.
homes.
It'll help the people that already own homes. It doesn't help any young people own more homes. As a
Right.
matter of fact, what it's going to do, it's going to drive property prices even higher in Miami.
It is, dude. It definitely
So,
is. No,
so,
I hear
so,
you.
like that is they're going to keep doing this, and there's a certain mentality of a group of people doing this, right? Like they want to keep hiking up these prices, and they're going to keep doing this, and they're going to cause people to have a revolution, because once you can't own property, once you can't have anything, and once you're kicked out of your home, I mean, Ben
That's a
Shapiro said it.
bigger fact. That's
Ben
like a
Ben,
larger
ben
factor. What's going on
Yeah,
in the
but that's
country?
what this. But this is what happens with the World Fair. You're asking me how do I feel about it coming to my home? I just so happen to live in Miami. He happened
Yeah.
to, or that's my home. It's like, yeah, I would hate it. And if it was happening here, I would hate it too, unless it meant that it would revitalize the film industry. Now, I'll switch my tone around really quick. If this means that Miami becomes more of a hub,
I think it
and
will.
more of a centralized area to be able to film
Hmm.
stuff, and opens up more
Hmm.
studios for
I think
Miami,
it will.
then of course I'm all for that. But I don't think it will. I
All
don't think
I
that'll happen at all inside of our country for now. I think it's going to remain on the other side of the pond.
we'll see. We'll see. It's a matter of time. But
But the other thing I was going to say is 10
it's
years,
all
dude. I'll be
travel
40.
and
I'll be
leisure
40 years old.
economy.
You'll be 44 years old when this happens. I'll be 40 years old. You should have 3 kids. I should have 9 by then.
You should have 20.
I should have 20.
Yes. And yeah, we need to help the population growth because the population growth is crashing because of a lot of stuff you're saying. Um, I agree. I agree to
Well,
that
what I'm saying
specific
is, who
thing.
cares? Who knows what's going to happen? Trump's going to be 90. He's not going to be alive.
He's probably
And
not. No.
if he is, that means he is a clone and he is a cyborg and he was never alive to begin with. So whatever, we'll know then. But it's like, I don't know. We'll be fucking 44, dude. We'll be in
And
our
that's
40s.
why, dude, it's so important. If you're young, you're listening to this in the audience and you're watching this, do your best to own something sooner than later before it's not possible. And I feel like
Well
everybody
then,
says that every decade, but I think it's getting way more difficult. So if you can get in and get friends to buy with you even and create an LLC and buy together, I think that's the way to go.
well
You have to.
then the move would be to buy in Miami now and then wait.
100%. What do you think I'm trying to do? Or not trying yet, but there's a reason why I'm getting my license there.
Anyway, let's move on to another topic. I'm getting radicalized. I'm getting pissed.
Yeah, you're getting a little too much. Let's
Talking about
rein
my
it back.
home here. Talking about
Yeah,
Sauron
well,
taking over Miami, dude.